Hi, in this tutorial I'll show you how once you're finished editing your photograph, how you need to export your picture to a JPEG file. So this is the finished version, and as I told you, Lightroom is non-destructive, which means that you can always go back. Once you've closed Lightroom, for instance, you can always go back to a previous version of your photograph. But if you want to upload your picture to Flickr, for instance, or when you have if you want to have your pictures printed, then you need to export your finished version. You do so by going to File and click Export. A dialog box will open up, and the first thing you can change is where you want it to be exported, your photograph or photographs. In this case, for instance, I can select the desktop, or I can go to a specific folder on my hard drive. Here I can choose which folder exactly. Okay, I'm going to put it in. I'm going to put it on the desktop, and I'm going to create a subfolder tutorial. So Lightroom is going to create this subfolder for me. With the next item, you can change the name of your picture. If I click on Rename, I can select one of the options Lightroom offers, or I can decide upon the name myself. I click on Edit, and here, for instance, I fill out the word tutorial underscore, and then I'm going to insert a number consisting of 3 digits, for instance. I can select multiple digits if I want, insert, and now this file is going to be named tutorial1. If I have selected, let's say, 100 pictures, it will create 100 files named tutorial1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. Done. Up next, I can determine the quality of my export. My advice would be go for the highest quality, set to 100. I think the default setting might be 80 or maybe even 60, but my advice would be set the quality to 100. Then you have the best possible quality. You can also limit your file size if you want, and as I stated, limit file size creates the highest quality JPEG that matches your requested file size. Because in some cases, people don't want a file size of, let's say, 10 megabytes, but they want smaller versions to share these pictures on the internet, on Facebook, whatever. Here, you can dig into this even more deeply when it comes to image sizing. You can specify how many pixels you want for the longest edge, for instance, what the resolution needs to be, and so on. I hardly ever use that unless some clients of mine specifically ask for resolution 72 dots per inch, because that's the resolution you need for showing pictures on the internet, in order to avoid that your images are too large and would take too much time to download. A final thing I want to draw your attention to, you can add a watermark if you want. If I click on watermark, I can edit this watermark. And as you can see here, I can add the name of my company, and this would prevent people from stealing images you put on the internet. I hardly ever do that because, in my opinion, it somehow ruins the photograph. So once you're finished, you need to do this only once, these settings. You click Export, and then you'll find your photographs in the folder you created.